As an immigrant professional who probably is navigating the workplace blues today, anywhere in the globe, trust me, you've done something significantly brave for yourself. You've taken the bold step to leave your comfort zone, to start your career somewhere else, or to navigate your career journey somewhere else in a new place, learning new cultures, new accents, and dealing with a whole lot of new things. Trust me, you have taken one of the biggest steps you can ever take in life. And in today's episode of Sparks and Blues, we will be delving into a significant topic that is actually dealing with a lot of immigrants, a lot of professional immigrants globally, a lot of people who have migrated to different countries to pursue their career, to chase their dreams, are constantly being, faced with a lot of workplace blues. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, gaining relevance as a professional migrant. So how has it been in your corner? How has it been in your side? Welcome once again to Sparks and Blues, and we really wish that you continue to watch our channel so that you can gain useful insights. Kindly subscribe to our channel, turn on your notifications so that whenever we drop new videos, you can be the first one to see them and watch and gain insights. So thank you and welcome. So yes, how do you continue to gain relevance as a professional migrant? This is a significant topic and we're delving deep into it today. So a lot of people, have migrated, especially in this season of Chakra in Nigeria. A lot of professionals have moved forward, to chase their dreams, to chase their areas of professionalism, and then they are being faced with huge workplace blues. And that's why we decided to talk about this today. So how has it been? Have you been, finding it in your side? So people have been reaching out to me, talking to me about these things and how it has been, and I just felt that, okay, why not let us, talk about these things. I think it's important that you first appreciate the fact that you are brave and you've taken a bold step. The people, that sort of probably make you feel belittled or make you feel less of yourself in that workplace where you belong, trust me, if the coin flips, they can't even put up with half of what you've decided to put up with in any form, financially, emotionally, psychologically, and otherwise. Migration is a big deal, especially as professionals. You get to put up with so many exams. You get to study, you get to raise funds, you get to settle in. For those that have families that are not alone, you also have to probably think about your family and how you can settle everybody in. That alone in itself, it's huge. So I'm putting in this today to you guys that stand there, stand firm, you are brave, you've done great for yourselves. Never allow anybody dim your energy or dim your light. And for those that feel, oh, I'm coming from a place where I've spent, 10, 20, 15 years, 30 years, and then I'm coming in to this country or to this organization somewhere in the globe where I have to start from the ground. Yes, it doesn't really matter. Never think because you're starting from the ground, your past experiences are no longer relevant. The way you present yourself goes a long way. If you think that your past experiences are no longer relevant, then you probably will be seen that way and addressed that way. But if you come to work, come and show up with your authentic self, put up your story in such a way that, it's meaningful, it gathers strength and it delivers strength. Trust me, you'll begin to gain your relevance. Be bold enough. Of course, do not be arrogant or rude. Understand the situation of where you work, understand the systems, and one of your major first role is to ensure that you understand how the system works, you understand the policies, the principles, the people, the culture, and how things are done. And then begin to plot your way around. Never try to overdo things, but at the same time, never allow anybody put you down or get you convinced that you are not enough. Trust me, guys, you are even more than enough. Because you have to most times start from the ground doesn't mean that you know next to nothing, or doesn't mean that those that are opportuned to be your managers know better than you. That's not what it is. It's simply because you need to sort of follow the policies in that organization or in the country where you've migrated to, and do not see it as negativity, because you definitely thought of it. And I think it's important that well informed before they go into these things, and be aware of the price that you're going to have to pay, to build your career up again in the places you are going to. Be aware of the exams you need to take, the sleepless nights you're going to have to put up with to take these exams and to succeed in them, so that you can then also grow your career to the desired levels that you want. So yeah, if you found yourself passing through workplace blues as a professional migrant, you are not alone. A lot of people are going through this, and the word out there from Sparks and Blues today is that rest assured you are not alone. Rest assured that you are good, you are great, and you are brave, and your experiences from wherever you have come from are definitely relevant and not irrelevant. Never allow anyone assume or make you convince you to assume that your past experiences are irrelevant. Do not accept that. You need to constantly, from time to time, find strategic ways to showcase your value by ensuring that your past experiences come to play in what you do, especially the professionals, because most times you are going to be going back or going in to deal with what you've been doing before. But because you are now in another country and they have the way they do their things, the biggest thing that is different is just procedures, like a procedural manual kind of thing. So for example, people, the same kind of thing, but maybe, you do it on the left, they do it on the right. But what the mechanics of those things are usually the same globally in most climes, especially for professionals. Maybe let's talk about health now, healthcare. You are still dealing with the human system, and the human system is the same. So you don't necessarily need to think that, what you've known is no longer relevant. But what you need to do is constantly try on your own to understand how they relate and how the similarities, and bring it to bear. And before you know it, over time, people will begin to see your relevance. Also, people get concerns about how they should sort of show up or how they should speak. I don't think it's mandatory for you to necessarily change your accent or feel some type of way because your accent is not same as those in the country where you currently chasing your career. You need to be your authentic self. You do not need to feel some type of way or feel less of yourself, because your accent hasn't changed or you're just struggling to change your accent. I think you would rather appear less trying to force an accent, but rather staying true to yourself. If it doesn't come, fine. If it does, fine. But if it doesn't, stay true to yourself. Ask people if you don't hear them well, pardon me, can you say that again? And then if they don't hear you well, talk slowly. You do not need to rush so that they can begin to hear you and they get used to the way you speak, and you will feel more accepted and loved. I don't think you should sort of take yourself down and feel some type of way or try to make it seem as though you are walking on eggshells when you are at work. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be stable as well. You see these people, they come to work, they are stable, they are fit, they are happy. You also deserve that. And I hear people say things like, oh, well, back home, I'm always happy to go to work. I feel excited when it's Monday, but nowadays I feel so sad. You are actually putting those things upon yourself because nobody is forcing you to feel that kind of way. It is simply because, you are feeling sort of inadequate, or you are feeling as though you are not enough. So the message to my viewers today is that if you are a professional migrant out there, do not feel inadequate. Do not feel less of yourself. Be bold enough to speak out, especially in meetings. Do not relegate yourself to the background. Speak out when it's necessary and make sure you are speaking out or churning out views, that are significant, that are useful to the conversations on the ground. And never forget to understand the environment. Never forget to read policies to understand how systems work so that, you don't step on the wrong sides of people or of management. Being bold doesn't equate being arrogant, doesn't equate being rude. Being bold simply means being able to speak up for yourself, maintain eye contact, ensure your communication is good enough, ensure you ask questions when you are not sure. Be bold enough to ask questions when you are not sure. Do not allow people sweep you off your feet by accents and then you get confused. Ensure you're asking questions. Do not feel too shy or too embarrassed to ask questions. Yeah, people may feel, it doesn't really matter. Ensure you're asking the right questions at the right times. Ensure you're not overbearing. Ensure you're interacting properly as expected. You are respectful. And, over time, your relevance is going to stay and it's going to come up, if you were lacking. And if it's there, it's going to increase. So you need to ensure that you are able to gain relevance, you're able to maintain it, retain it, and sustain it. Because what really makes people feel blue as migrants, as professional migrants, is the fact that it looks as though you are no longer relevant. It looks like you are not significant within the team, and people begin to feel some type of way, and they feel, am I really accepted? And then you begin to struggle mentally and otherwise. So you need to sort of find your own way to take these things off so that you can gain your relevance, you can sustain it, you can keep it going, and you can generally be a happy employee, and you can grow your career more successfully, and then of course meet up with your dreams. Thank you so much, guys, for listening.